Genesis 49. I put Israel's finale. And I put Israel, not Jacob.
Maybe you should have said Jacob's finale, though. Because Israel is just starting.
Oh, right.
We talked about how this was the first time we called them.
The tribes.
Yeah, like Israel, the tribe of Israel. These are the 12 tribes of Israel.
Was that 49 or 50?
I thought it was 49.
I thought it was 49 because that's when he does all of his predictions.
This is one of the tribes of Israel. That's in 49.
Okay. So, yeah, I want to use Israel if they're finally referred to as the
But
tribe
you're
of
saying
Israel.
finale.
Israel's finale.
Israel, Jacob's finale. Israel is getting ready to die.
I guess
I see.
I get what you're saying, but to me, Israel is really just starting because we were flip-flopping his name. Jacob is about to die, and Israel is truly going to begin.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that too. I thought it was more flair with
You just kill everybody like Israel is gone, it's over.
And then, but it's funny because what I have after it is Jacob blesses and Jacob dies. So maybe Jacob would have been better.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I put.
I have the true blessing.
The true blessing.
And I think they all were blessings. I think we talked about that versus curses.
Yeah.
I think they were all blessings, even though they don't seem like it.
I would say either prophecy or predictions.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just take blessing out of this. Because some of these people, I don't know if they were blessed.
He does say that I'm going to tell you all that's going to happen.
Yeah.
So we know that this is forward looking, almost like a prophet.
Yeah.
But some of them do include blessings.
Yeah.
You think of, I think Judah has a blessing in terms of his wealth.
Yeah.
Joseph definitely has a blessing because even the word blesses in Joseph's blessing.
Benjamin got a blessing.
Benjamin, the ravenous wolf.
Let's see.
The one who's strong like a donkey.
I feel like got like blessings that just weren't explicit, but like we know that Simeon and Levi. Well, I don't know. Again, I think they were all blessings, and I think I said it in the episode, and I stand on it. I think some things that happen that seem like they're negatives are blessed, like are positives in the long term.
It could be
like in the grand
blessing
scheme
in disguise.
Yes,
exactly. What would be interesting is to look at each of these tribes and go through the history books in the Old Testament.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Joshua and the Chronicles and the Kings, and see how each of them stacked up.
Because when I was
that's a lot of work though.
It is because when I was looking at I was looking at a little bit of history when we read through this chapter because I didn't understand all of it, but I needed to know more to understand why he was calling certain people out,
right? And
having better versus a little worse, you know. Right. But we also talked about like knowing your kids in that episode, and I think that Jacob knew his children and was able to provide such foresight because of things that had happened or he knew were going to happen. And that's why I think they were real blessings, because if, for example, with Simeon and Levi, if you know that they're not good together, so we have to separate them. It's certain things that are for the greater good. They did a lot of that. They did a lot of killings for their sister together. So Jacob split them up. Now I think as we were going through, I figured that Judah was going to get something good, but I knew Joseph was going to get a blessing.
Yeah,
I feel like we all knew that. And it's through all that it was refreshing with all that he had been through up until that point. With everybody else, like we hadn't really, before we got the lineage, what was that, 40, 47, 48?
Yeah, somewhere around there. 46.
We got all
46, I think.
Yeah. Before then, we didn't and I think I had mentioned in one of the episodes prior to that, they're like, Dad, we don't know all the other kids, like all the in-betweens. We don't get their names. They just say they. They say
Yep.
they a lot. Like they talk together. And we got to see the breakdown, which
Mhm.
allowed me to go back and read up a little bit about what the tribe's end result was. Like, was this a prosperous tribe? Did they kind of like fade out? Were they like tyrants? You know,
Right.
like what came of them? And that helped me a little bit in my mind kind of shape who the son was in Jacob's eyes.
Okay.
So that was helpful. And then you had like the sons that got like one thing
Yeah.
that was like, maybe they just fell in
I
the
mean-
midst. You know, like your middle children who sometimes just get smushed in the middle. That's kind of what that gave me. Like, y'all just get like the dough on you'll
But
get
then have beautiful fawns.
okay, but you got a whole paragraph of stuff for Judah and a whole paragraph of stuff for Joseph. It's like y'all were just, here y'all go. Okay, this what hopefully this appeases you, and like this is what your future will look like. But it was not nearly as plentiful as the rest.
That's all right. The one that had the really good food, everybody gonna be going there.
I would be satisfied.
Yeah.
But
So, nah, I get it. I get it. Yep. I had a lot of the same. Jacob blesses each of his sons, whether you want to call them blessings or cursings. And also that the blessings were fitting for him. And lastly, that Jacob puts his feet in his bed. Makes me think of Yoda. Yeah, it's like he put his feet in his bed, and that was it. 147 years.
Which is an eternity. Could you imagine living 147 years nowadays?
Whew.
Yeah. He also let them know how he wanted to be buried.
Yeah.
Yeah, very specifically this time.
Yeah. He didn't just tell Joseph. He brought everybody in on the plan. That's true. That's true. All right.
Oh, one other thing with this too. He also you'll see that like he starts going out of order when it comes to the names, like birth order. And I think we've concluded that it was based on mother, mostly.
Yeah.
We need to insert that little
I'll put it
video,
in, but
or not video, picture.
Yeah, I think to what you sent. I mean, you sent it. You want to talk about
I
what's
don't
in
have it in front of me.
Oh, but I think it was based on mother. But even within the mother, it was still
There's
out
some
of
mix.
order.
Yeah, there's some mix. So we'll insert the picture so that you can kind of see. There is some rhyme or reason, but it's also not.
Yeah.